Hey everyone, Grant Alexander here. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm participating in the Scrapwood challenge put on by Sumo's Projects, and I'm going to be making a spar gauge. It's a real simple tool, and I'll show you what it is and how it works later in the video. Stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy. To make a simple spar gauge, all you need is a scrap bit of wood, a piece of dowel, and 2 nails. Mark the center line, then drill 2 holes the same size as your dowel. In this case, 1/4 of an inch. The thing that makes a spar gauge work is the ratio between the edge guides and the marking points. It is a ratio of 7 to 10 to 7. Because it's based on a ratio, the distance between the outside holes doesn't need to be measured ahead of time. I took the measurement, in this case 4.5 inches, and divided it by 24. I used 24 because 7 plus 10 plus 7 equals 24. I then multiply the result, 3/16 of an inch, by 7, and I get the distance that the marking points need to be from the edge guides.
1 5/16.
I'm going to be using nails to mark the wood, but you could make this a bit fancier by using pencils. Seeing as I can never find a pencil in my shop, nails seem like the safer choice. I drill 2 pilot holes for the nails, and then hammer them in. I cut the dowel in small pieces. The goal is to have the dowel about 3/4 of an inch taller than the nails. I glue it together using CA glue. You could use wood glue as well, but I didn't feel like waiting that long. Now it's time to test it out. I grabbed some scrap wood and started marking. You will need to mark all 4 sides of the wood if you want to make it symmetrical. It doesn't matter if the wood is square or rectangular or even tapered. This gauge will allow you to make an octagon shape. I used a pencil to darken the lines. This was mainly so that they'd show up better on the camera, and not an admission that my eyesight is getting worse as I get older. I used a hand plane to remove material on the edges of the board. You could also use a spoke shave for this step. I kept removing material until I reached the lines made by the spar gauge. In the end, I take this square stock and turn it into an octagon. Now that it's an octagon, it's much closer to being completely round. From this point, it's very easy to make it round just by eye. I hope you enjoyed that video where I made this super simple spar gauge. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here, please consider subscribing. This little gauge is going to help me with some canoe paddles I'm planning to make in the future. So stay tuned and you might be able to check that out soon. Until next time, cheers and have a great day.